Hello, welcome to Paleo Greenbird. I am Greenbird, and today we are going to try and make quick work of this rainbow obsidian slab. It's such a beautiful slab. Even through the saw marks, I can see that there's some banding and some colors that are running through there. This is a wonderful piece that I got from Will Self, is his name, and he sells obsidian triangles and slabs. Very, very affordable. If you're interested in giving them a try, I would definitely look him up. They're really, 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 really cheap. They're so cheap that the shipping is the most expensive part of it. So if you just buy a little bit more of a bulk, it all washes out in the end. And if you're one of those jewelry makers or somebody who wants to sell these, can't get more bang for your buck, really. So, I chipped off a little bit there grinding, but that's alright. It was a little bit aggressive. Well, hello. Alright, you don't have your safety glasses on, so you need to back off.
But wait, can I at least stay right here?
I guess right there, but stay back off. Go get your safety glasses. Do you have some?
Leave a like and subscribe to my channel, guys.
Yes. So I'm going to start with the tip.
Or we live in the woods.
Okay, and I've got my big pressure flaker. It could use a little bit of sharpening, but I don't know. I'm just not going to do it. I'm a little bit lazy, so I'm just going to
Alright, I'm out of here.
take the chunk
Bye,
that I
guys.
have.
See you later.
See you later. Where are you going?
I'm going to go this way.
Taking the tip off. Just trying to skin this a little bit. You don't need to go too deep. Just need to take the saw marks off so I can come back on the second, third run. If you go too aggressively with it, you'll get really steep edges, not a very good flake pattern. And what I'm doing here is I'm supporting both sides that are touching the pad without the groove, just barely supporting the part with the groove, maybe sometimes even down here, because if I put too much pressure in that middle, it'll snap it. It'll snap it now, but especially when I start to thin this out, it'll snap it even easier. There we go. Again, with my pressure flaker, I'm pushing down and out, just like scooping really frozen ice cream. Trying to get it at least halfway across. If I can get it at least halfway, maybe more, that's great. But at least if I can get it halfway, I know that I'll connect it with the second pass on the other side. So if I can get it halfway going one way, I should be able to get it halfway going the other way. Alright. So that's what we're looking like on the first side. So typically what I'll do is I'll hit this other side. I think for the sake of this video, I'm going to switch over to this side so I can even out this first face here. See what it looks like. I'm going to grind this. This is a sandstone grinder. Got it really good. I love obsidian. It takes a really good grind. Super messy. It bites. There's a lot of things I don't like about obsidian, but when it comes to triangles and slabs, it has a lot of redemption in my eyes. So I'm going to start out at the tip again, because the tip is the best place to start in my opinion, because it's the easiest to break. So you just take off just a little bit on the edge to push that flake across. You don't need to dig too deep. And that's what I'm going to do. Even though I could start right at that platform right there, I'm still going to start at the tip. I'm just taking small flakes because I have a small area. just going to do my best. My biggest concern is just not breaking it. Don't pop it off. Clean my groove out every time if I can. I don't know if you can see this or not. Hopefully you can, but I am just taking the very edge. I'm not digging in deep. I'm taking the very edge as close to this surface here as I can, so that I can take a flake, but I'm not going to dig so much that I take a chance on breaking it or dive too deep. This is a smaller point, so not sure what this will be. Might be a necklace, might be an arrowhead, just depends on what I decide at the time. I do have a fair coming up here in June, so I've been trying to make some arrowheads for that, some of which will be slabs because they're pretty quick to produce with high quality. If you do it right, you can screw a slab up. You can't take it for granted. But that's what I'm doing today. Very little waste with slabs either. Some people don't like slabs. They think they're cheating. But at the end of the day, if you produce a good preform, good bi-faced preform, it's a lot of work. Yes, it is. But at the end of the day, you have the same thing, pretty much, as you do a slab. So it's just sort of a little bit of a shortcut. There's nothing cheating about it. You still need to use the same technique. Still have the same issues that you can run into. So it still requires skill. Alright. This is the first side. Pretty happy with that. We got some good flake patterns. If you can't see it, I'll show you again. Really cool. One of the cool things about slabs is that, you know, because they're so uniform and so ground, you do get some good, consistent flake patterns. But again, it's not cheating. There's a dozen ways that you can screw up a slab. And in fact, before we go over to that other side, I found that if these edges here are too wavy, when you go over to the other side, you stand a good chance of breaking it off. So I'm going to even these out a little bit. If I'd had a little bit better form, those waves wouldn't be there. But that's alright. I mean, we're having fun here. If we have to go back and correct a little, it's no big deal. This isn't some sort of competition. Alright, so we're so I smoothed that side out. I'm going to go back over to this side here. And I'm going to work, let's see, I'm going to work the flat edge first. Then I'll come back and clean up the edge that we started on the other side. So this is the flat edge that has all the saw marks on it. Now I got to be careful on this tip. Really just take off a little tiny bit, because we have already taken off some on the other side and it was fragile to begin with. And I'm still using that larger pressure flaker. I may need to switch over at some point. Oh, and I just snapped off that tip. That's what I did. Bad support. Dang it. Boom, snapped it off. That's right, not worried about it. We'll still save this point. In fact, I'm not at all worried about it. It'll just be a little shorter. So back to where we were working. This tip. But that is a pretty good example of where I probably got a little bit lazy. I didn't have the right support. You know, it's not to say that it was a skill issue. It's just, you know, you have to be so careful about that. You'll break them every time. Sometimes it's easy to get into a rush, sort of like I am right now. Don't want this video to drag out like a lot of them do. So I'm trying to make this as quick as possible. I should be clearing the groove in my pad, but I'm not. Backing back up to the tip. The fat part there. And there we go. Awesome. I should have slowed down just a little bit. Focused a little bit more to get that tip done without breaking it. That's right, though. We'll still have a nice point. So, I'm going to grind it. I'm going to work on that second side, the side that still has the saw mark on it. So, pretty cool. I mean, look at the first side we have. Other than the broken tip, it looks pretty good. So now I'm going to try and go through this as quickly as I can without compromising technique or results. And what we'll do is, once we get this trimmed down enough, we'll get to the point where we're ready to zigzag. We have a thick spot on this other side, so I need to flip it over. That's fine. We're getting really close on this one side to being able to zigzag. Just going to make sure I'm not holding it too tight. It's easy to put a lot of pressure on this, especially when you're trying to take those flakes, because you're putting pressure on the pressure flaker, so it's just natural to want to put pressure on the hand pad too. Just one of those things that you just don't want to do simultaneously. I'll break the tip like I did in the beginning. Alright, got a pretty thin edge, considering that we're still, can't see if that's grabbing that or not, compared to this other side here. We still have those sawed edges over here, so let's get to those. I actually kind of forgot about those, or I would have done those first. But that's alright. I think we can drive those flakes far enough to clean that up. It's just kind of a science when you're driving those flakes. You're pushing in, but you don't want to push in so much that you snap that tip off. It's such a kind of learned art. Especially since I thinned that side down so much. I should have waited. But I wasn't thinking. I thought we'd already skinned this side, so I was going for those deep flakes. Alright, so there's a couple there that already did not go all the way through. Hit this from the other edge and hope that that cleans that up. Let's see. Uh-oh, got a lot of slipping going on here. There we go. Need to regrind. So far, so good. That's a bunch of grinding. That's right, we can clean that up from the bottom side up. But we do have some stuff over here that we weren't able to clean up going this way, that we'll have to clean up going the other direction, which is why I should have not taken so much off the first time. I thought I'd already cleaned off this side, so I thinned that out, but by thinning that out I did not leave myself a lot of material to drive flakes across, so there's a good chance that I could get some islands. But luckily, I really lucked out there. Look at that. Clean that off beautifully. Hope the camera's picking that up. So now, I'm going to clean up the base on both sides, a little bit going upwards. Just to thin that out a little bit. We're not even really looking to take too much off, just enough to even everything out. So I don't really clean that groove out every time you get stuff stuck in there. So that's what allows your flakes to travel. Otherwise, you'll snap them in half because there'll be no place for your flakes to go. Just trying to even everything out. As we're taking these nibbles from each side, sometimes one side will get a little thicker in a certain area. It's just nice to keep everything even. Makes it easier when it comes time to zigzagging and creating your point, edge rather. So what I'm doing now is I'm just exploring all these edges here that we've already thinned down. They look really great. I'm just exploring them to look for high spots, you know, spots that need some flakes taken off of them, so that when we zigzag this thing is really, really tight. And that will help with the symmetry. So some of these are just really small flakes. Obviously the tip here is a little bit thick because that's where the tip broke off, but we have thinned it down a little bit. It's just that it's thinned down on either side, left and right, but the front of that tip is still a little bit thick because we haven't addressed that, but that will be addressed during the zigzag. So I think we're ready for that. I don't normally start at the tip, I normally start at the base, but this particular time I think I'm going to start at the tip with this zigzag. It's just going to be a really, really light, just taking off the edges. I'm not trying to shape or anything like that. I mean, obviously I'm trying to keep it you know, in the shape it should be, but I'm not trying to change the geometry of it at this point. Just popping off those flat edges, which automatically leaves me with a sharp edge. but I don't need to dig in there so deep that I'm changing the shape of the flake, or of the point rather. I just need to pop off those flat edges so that I can start to work this. Hopefully you can see what's going on here. Try to zoom the camera in a little bit closer than normal. Let me know what you think. That one bit. Alright, so again, just popping off these edges, these flat edges, to give me something that's a little bit sharper so I can at least run flakes with them, grind them, or do something with them. Those flat ground edges are just useless. They don't do anything at all. Alright. So I got, oh damn it. Got my pressure flaker into the water. That's a white belt move. Okay. Try this again. So I got one edge pretty well taken care of. I think before I hit the base, I'm going to work on that second edge. And I'm going to start from the tip again. Why not? The tip is so flat, I need to be able to come back and adjust that. So I'm just zigzagging back and forth, not taking a lot off. Just taking off that flat edge. It's almost like trickery. Not even changing the shape of it, just getting rid of that flat edge, giving it some points, giving it some sharpness, some texture, so that when if I want to, I can come back and I can use those for platforms to shape as much as I want. One of the beauties of working slabs is you've got some of those cheater moves. And I say cheater moves, but I do not consider working slabs cheating at all. It's its own animal. I know some people do consider it cheating. I do not. So when I say cheater moves, I'm just saying that you're setting yourself, by doing the technique that you're doing, you're setting yourself up for another move, another technique that you might not have been able to do if you had not made that decision. That's all I'm saying. Working slabs has their own set of issues, own problems that you do not get with percussion, so while it might seem like you're taking a shortcut by using a slab, it still requires a pretty good skill set to make it successful. So I guess that's all I'll say. Let's see here. Trying to make sure the tip lines up somewhat, just because, you know, if I'm going to be shaping this thing, I need to be able to shape it in relativity to the rest of the point. See where we're at right here? It's kind of a rough point. It needs shaping up on the sides, but if I can keep the point where it needs to be, that will guide me to where the rest of the tip, the rest of the arrowhead needs to be. Otherwise, if I try and do the rest of the arrowhead and then put the tip on, it's just bad. It'll never look good. Alright, so some fine tuning here. When I fine tune it, I'm always trying to hit those high spots, those tips too. It's easy to just want to crush whatever you see to make the shape that you want, but take the time to flip it and hit those platforms where you know they are, so that you not only get a decent looking point, but you'll get a sharp one, you'll get a good center line. Even if it's not a hunting point, it'll still look good. Because at the end of the day, even when we're making necklace points or display points, they should still have the same integrity as a hunting point. Maybe they're just not razor sharp. Alright. Pretty close here. Pretty close. A couple of adjustments that I need here to make my shape. And I'm ready for the next step. So close enough here. We're going to call this close enough. I'm getting really cold. So, I think we have a pretty decent point. What do you think? It's not bad. It's pretty damn good, actually. So I'm going to grind it. I know what you're thinking. You're just grinding off all those sharp edges you just put on there. And yes, I am. But when it comes to hunting, I'll put them back on again. Sharper than this. So now we have to take care of the base. We have not addressed the base. So let's just take a tiny little flake, the best angle we can. In this case, I have an angle of the base dips down this way, so I can take a nice little flake. I will, little one. I'm still using my big pressure flake, or I could switch to the little one, but I'm just going to take little flakes, just trying to get that sawed edge off, right? Not trying to do anything fancy or special. Just trying to get that sawed edge off so I can put some notches in it. Call this a point. Probably should have taken the notches, I mean the that base off, that base edge off a little sooner, but I've been a little all over the place with this point. So same thing, I put them in here. I'm trying to make sure that when I take these flakes, and it's in that groove, that I do not have pressure in the middle of that groove. I'm not going to snap this point in half, because it's not too late to snap this point in half. We might be almost done, but the Flint Knapping gods do not care. They will let you snap your point at the very, very end. So just get rid of that manufactured looking edge. Process of doing that, I've got a little bit of a rough edge here in the middle, so I'm going to take that. I don't believe I need to do any thinning, so I'm going to hit this with the grinder, bring everything to where it needs to be. And now, after I take off that little itty bitty edge right here, keep it square, we need to figure out what kind of notches this point wants. Alright. let's take a look at this point. It's nice and triangular. I like that. I really do like that. Let's see here. We can give it side notches with a base notch. We can go for a corner notch. Huh. Boy, I usually do like side notches in something like this, but maybe we'll go for a corner notch. Let's just go for a corner notch and see what happens. What the heck? So I'm going to hit in an angle, try and get these corner notches. And I'm actually taking them kind of close to the base. Played it a little bit safe on these. So we'll see what they look like. I'm going to switch to my smaller flaker. I guess you could call this a notcher. I don't consider anything a notcher. It's just a smaller flaker. This other side. My daughter over there, I have a feeling she's where I told her not to go. I guess that's what kids do, right? They're not looking. They go to that place they want to be that they're not supposed to be. Joke's on her, because I trust her in that place. I just want her to feel like I need to be there. So she feels like she's getting away with something. She kind of is. But she's not in any danger. Alright, going back and forth to these notches. Trying to even this part out. There's one that's, yeah, this one kind of popped the ear a little. Got to shape these. As you flip them back and forth, you got to look and see, because sometimes some will just take a weird direction that you never expected. So again, still in the notching phase. That notch isn't too bad. I think I'm going to be happy with these if I can do this without busting off this ear. Everybody cross your fingers and give me a little bit of good luck, even though I know that this will be done by the time you see it. I believe in the karma of the universe. Okay. Hey, look at that. I think we got something that looks halfway decent. Gear up a little bit. Just trying to make these things even. That's all. Nothing really to see here. And that. Oh, damn it.
Are you still recording?
I dropped it in there. Yes, I am recording.
Hey guys.
Two white belt moves.
Hey guys. Leave a like and subscribe to my channel. Hey
Yep.
guy.
Yes.
Look it.
Yes. Oh, that's pretty cool. Don't use that chapstick though. You've ruined it.
I know. I'm not gonna use it.
All right. It's getting kind of cold. Why don't I meet you inside?
Nah. It's getting boring.
All right. I'll meet you inside.
There's nothing to do out here.
All right. I'll meet you inside.
I was being mischievous.
Get back inside him because I have to wrap this video up, okay? I'm done.
Wait, Daddy.
I just need to wrap it up.
Guys, leave a like, subscribe, and subscribe to my dad's channel, which is Paleo Greenbird. And subscribe to the channel, Stephen Merle, as well. That's my papa's channel. And have a nice day, guys.
Alright guys, so thanks for watching. This is the point that we ended up with here. I'd say this is a beautiful point. It's nice, we got good notches. Got decent symmetry. Let me see if I can get a better view of it. So there it is, there's our point. Right. It's a nice rainbow obsidian. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know I've done some other slab videos, and I hope you've enjoyed this one. I really enjoy doing these videos. I really enjoy, you know, talking to you in the comments. So please like, please share, please subscribe. Most importantly, please have an awesome day. And this is Paleo Greenbird, and I am signing out.